Yeah. Yeah. I'm from the middle finger from the east side. Gang shit. East still on city. Did it.
We're live now, okay.
Yes, people, we are back. It's been a few weeks, but I do apologize. But we're back tonight. This is your Mickey Mouse final preview. Yeah. Actually, you know what? The reason why the intro needs to be changed, right? Mason Mount is in the fucking intro. So you know what, Flair, mate? The next intro you do, don't put Mason Mount in it. But listen, this is the Spurs versus Man United Europa League final, and I've got a few guests with me. Joining up on the right is Hardeep. How you doing, Hardeep?
Yes, that's all, Rest and Harry. I'm doing really well, thank you guys. And also, big up to the actual people in the comments. We look forward to seeing the stream with you guys as well. And also, giving our own opinions on this really major final.
Yeah, 100%. And Harry's the Tottenham fan. How you doing, Harry?
Yeah, I'm all right. By the way, TJ's asking in the chat if he wants to get an invite. Should I send him the link?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure. Is that
Okay,
TJ
right,
into Spurs? That's him, yeah?
Yeah. Why was I
Yeah, that's
invited? I think it's maybe why wasn't I invited? Anyway,
Oh,
I'll
why
send him
wasn't
the
Yeah,
link.
invite him, man. Let's get some more
Yeah.
spods in, man. Invite him.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ, don't worry. Harry will send you the link. I don't even have you on socials, TJ. I would have sent you the link, but
I'll send you a link on WhatsApp, yeah? DJ, just give me a second. But because you asked how I'm doing.
yeah, look, man,
It's
big up
been
to
shit.
you.
It's been a
Yeah,
shit
go on,
season.
sorry.
So I'm not
Oh yeah,
right?
me and Hardy can relate. Don't worry.
All I can say is I think personally, Ange wants to win this final not because of Tottenham, but because of his own sake personally. Because obviously he said I always win something in my second season, and I think if he doesn't win the final, it'll make him look silly, basically. And I think it's kind of been reflected in the way we've been playing in the Europa League, compared to the Premier League, because in the Europa League we'll do low block or actual tactics. In the league, it doesn't seem to care anymore. So yeah, and it's been like this for a while. But yeah, so apart from that, in general, I'm doing all right, but Tottenham's been crap.
Yeah, man. Listen, for me, I've been. If you guys follow our Twitter page, I've been debating with a lot of United fans that are delusional, thick-minded. You know, they're just they have a brain set of like a 5-year-old. They want to blame a manager first before the owners. But I'll get that into it. Don't worry. We're gonna do a review already, Ardy. Is that what
Yeah,
already?
and then focus on
Let me read this comment from JBT. It says, "Big up panel, made the best team win on Wednesday as long as you rub it in." Don't worry, Arsenal fans, mate. Arteta, mate. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the speech that he done tonight, man. I'm gonna they give all the roses, they give all the support. We're gonna go again next season. Listen, Arteta, mate. Again, another trophy this season from you, fraud, mate. Yeah, mate. Listen, Oliver Glasner, mate, has already reached your pedigree, mate. That's embarrassing. Yeah, TJ, mate. Don't worry, you will be invited. And yeah, big up panel, big up to you, mate. Yeah, that's fine. Review. Where shall we start first?
Leave it to you.
I mean, we can start from United first. Hardy, I'll let you speak first because I've got a lot of things to say. But Hardy, the floor's yours, my friend.
Yeah, do you know what, Ores? I think ultimately with our season, it's been absolutely diabolical if you look at it from a domestic point of view, apart from the Europa League course, which would probably be much unbeaten in the moment. I think with the Premier League and also FA Cup, Carabao Cup, we've been absolutely inconsistent this season, and also, of course, sacking Ten Hag, which actually led to arguably really mediocre outcome whatsoever. And it's, yet again, down to owners. What on earth are they doing to actually not actually back this manager? Other than bringing in someone like Dorgu. Because ultimately, this team actually lacks experience. If we brought in better experienced players in January, I think we would have been in a decent position. But now, considering that we're in the Europa League final, our third Europa League final in over 8 years, that's really, really good. But Amarin, he needs time. He can't really trust his players. Whose rebuilds needed? Will the owners do it? Given the fact that Glaze is still here? I don't think so.
Yeah. I think I carbon copy paste what Hardeep just said. For me, right, I'm gonna be very honest. Amram was not my first choice. If you guys check my tweet, as soon as Tenor got sacked, my first choice was Nagelsmann. Then my second was De Zerbi because I like his style. He knows the Premier League well. And my third choice was Amram. Amram was not my first or second. He was my third. Once we appointed Amram, obviously I done some research. Plays three at the back, 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1, however you want to call it. I did not. I'm going to be very, very honest. I did not expect him to come here right mid-season and already change things up, because those players that we have right now, they're not suited to play this system. Because this three at the back that people say, it's not a three at the back. We play with a 5-back, not 3-back. TJ, mate, how you doing? Big up to you, TJ.
Hey, you got the link,
yourself, man. Pick
Yeah.
up yourself. What can you guys hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
you.
my audio's good.
Unfortunately.
Big up yourself, man. Carry on what you were saying before you dropped me on.
Man.
Yeah.
Sorry. As I was saying, we were playing 5 at the back. And then, right now, right, what's happening now? Fans that are supposedly United fans, they're asking for to get sacked first before the owners leave. That's where I think that's wrong. Because, so I say Glinios, Glazen Ineos, Glinios, right? They flew to Portugal, right, in November, said to Amram, if you don't come in now, we won't get you again. They forced him to join mid-season, did not back him in January. And then all of a sudden, why we're not playing this system now? You can see why. You can see why, because we don't have the players for it. And that's not me making an excuse. It's just me. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. And we don't have the fullbacks to play this system as well. So listen, I think it's been a very bad, a terrible season for us. 18 losses. This same Man United team that got relegated in the 70s did not lose 18 matches. But yeah, who's Arsenal playing in the final, Jamie? Yeah, but anyways, bad news, lads. The final was cancelled. Yeah, clown show. That's Arsenal, mate. Yeah, but listen, let's go over to Tottenham's season review. Harry starts off.
Well, we were told, TJ will vouch for me for this. We were told last season that we were supposed to going to be challenging for the title
Contending.
Yeah, and so we've done completely opposite. And we've been lucky that there's 3 worst teams in the league, because if there weren't, we might be talking about relegation.
Let's be honest, bro. Is relegation. Let's not undercut it. The 3 worst teams, they are really poor compared to let's be honest with you. Even United's season right now, you guys got 18 losses. We've got 21 losses. How much is it, Harry? Like around 21 losses.
It's 21 now. It's 21 now.
Yeah, that right there is unacceptable. That's the bottom line. It's unacceptable that we have 21 losses in the Premier League. I think it's 53% of our games have been a loss, or something like that, or something like this, isn't it? So from me just saying that, it's unacceptable. We shouldn't be settling for, but we're in the Europa League. All them fans that say that clearly don't. You know what? You should be as good as. Look, nowhere in our history. Well, okay, let me be honest with you. I haven't been supporting Spurs for a very long time, but even when we got relegated, it wasn't this bad.
No, TJ, you're right. Because my dad supported Spurs when we got relegated, and he said this is a worse team than that.
Going on to the Europa League, it's either going to be one of the worst games we would watch, because it's both poor teams going against each other, or it's going to be one of the Inter Milan and Bayern Munich kind of game, where it's just Barcelona, where it's high scoring, and it's either going to be good or it's going to be it's going to be bad. But for me, I can't really. I don't know. Am I confident? I don't believe I am. I don't think, personally, confidence is out the window. This is like a 50-50 coin toss. I could equally see
guys,
United win it. Go for it.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Go for it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear
Big
you,
up,
bro.
Perez.
Big up you, Jay.
Perez, long time no see. Don't tell me that's Hano, right? That's not Hano, right?
No, that's Hardy.
No,
Hardy.
hardly.
Okay, Hadi. Oh, nice to meet you. First time seeing you, yeah? Because he looks a bit like
Oh,
me.
big-
I thought Hano has grown up, right? I haven't seen him in such a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while actually.
Yeah, I
Okay.
haven't seen you guys in such a long time, right? So, okay, but of
Yeah,
course, Harry and
Hannah does not have
TJ,
a
right?
deep voice.
Guys, I'm going to say this, right? The
Yeah.
finals are coming out, right? We know our squad has been shit and our manager has been shit for the past after the first 10 games, right? He's been shit all the while, right? When we got our Tottenham back, I went on a rant and I said we were conned again because we ain't going to win shit. But guys, put that all aside now, right? We all have to be positively deluded, right? And support our teams, right? No matter how shitty they are. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. After the Frankfurt game, all Spurs fans expected us to lose in that Frankfurt game, right? And when we won that game, right, what did I say? The rest of the games coming up doesn't matter. Because why? We've been shit. It doesn't prove anything. The most important thing now is very simple. Positively support your club, deludedly, right? And if we win it, right, we're gonna rub it in Manchester United's face for the rest of their lives. Because you know why? We would have one step broken that Spursy curse. The other thing is, if he loses it, sack the fucker. Who gives a shit? Right? He's gone. I don't give a shit. All I want is a trophy. I've been saying this. I'll take a trophy even if we got relegated. You get what I'm saying? And now we're 17, right? And we are on the verge of having a trophy. But all the YouTubers are fucking bashing the manager, bashing the players, bashing this, bashing that. I can't stand it anymore. That's why yesterday, usually I do watch-alongs. I didn't even want to do watch-alongs. I didn't even want to watch any Spurs YouTubers. Why? They keep bashing and bashing. Guys, we have to stop all this bashing, right? And reverse that mental psychology and be positive. Even though people call us deluded. I don't care if you call me deluded and all that, but I'm saying in a nice way, guys. We have to support the team, no matter what. You tell me, Harry, TJ, are you not happy that we're in the finals?
Of course we are. But Eugene, can I ask you a question? Wait.
Wait. You are right, but why?
Yeah, of course we are. No, but can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now, as a Tottenham fan, I would expect you to have good standards. You know, for me personally, when it comes down to Tottenham, I didn't.
My standards is getting that trophy. If he doesn't
100%.
get the trophy, right? If he doesn't get the trophy, right? What did I say? Burn the whole fucking thing down.
All right, but then are you in the camp where you are saying if he wins the trophy, you'll give him more time? Because for me, I think you can't look again.
Okay.
One right don't hide away from how we perform. You have to also he has to also be critical.
Now, number one, if he does win that trophy for us, right? He would have been the most successful manager
In the last 40 years. Yeah.
No, last 40 years. In the last 17, 16 years. He's not the best, right? We all know he ain't the best, right? Come on, TJ. I do watch-alongs. I say our players are stupid, brainless. They give the ball away, right? And our white areas are always wide open. And the attackers, the wingers, the fullbacks just run through it and then whenever we get attacked, we don't defend. And I criticize him all the time. But I've been saying this. I'm Ange, don't care, right? Because just as long Daniel Levy is there, there is no ambition shown, right? Because we ain't going to improve with Daniel Levy there. But he has brought us to a brink of something that we have not been able to touch in such a long time, right? The only thing I'm pleading with the fan base, I'm pleading with all the Spurs YouTubers, right? We have to the next 3 days, right? Have to be stop bashing. You understand? We have to stop bashing our players. We have to stop bashing the manager, right? We can bash the shit out of him, right? When he loses it, okay? But if he wins it, I will say one thing. As a human being, I will have compassion, right? And I will give him a chance, right? I will give him 5 games to 10 games in the Premier League. If he fucks up, if he loses 5 games in a row, right? Get rid of him. You get what I'm saying? Get rid of him. But at this moment in time, I'm not even looking that far because we ain't even at Wednesday yet, right? But we have to change the mentality of the fan base, right? Of being this way, right? I know PTSD, right? When we were playing, I did 2 watch-alongs against Bodo Glimt. The first watch-along, I said Bodo Glimt is shit. That's shit, right? And when we went back to Norway, the fan base went into this PTSD trip about saying, we're going to lose to Bodo. Bodo has a loss. They are this, they are that. But when we played them on their ground, they were still shit, right? And we beat them 2-0, right? And of course, I can say, right, our route to this final, we scumbagged it all the way, played all the shit teams. Who gives a fuck? We are there. The most important thing is we are there. I ask any one of you guys now, right? If I told you, right, I've got VIP seats, right, box seats, right, and I'm inviting Has, TJU, Alex, right, I'm inviting all you guys to go to Bilbao and watch the finals with me. Would you go?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Then
No.
what was that? What was that? What difference does
No,
that mean?
why the bashing? Enough. That's why I'm
No.
coming on.
No. I think it's a bit different.
No. This next few days, I'm coming on, and this is my message to all you guys: stop the bashing, right?
But what did I say? I was saying we have to believe in. This is me talking from time ago. Remember, I spoke around Frankfurt, and you were in the same live as me, and I said to Harry, we have to start believing. I was talking about that.
You're right.
But
You're right.
That's why
I was talking about that. But
after the Frankfurt game, right? What did I say? I'm going to be positively deluded when it comes to the the Europa League.
bro,
right?
listen, this is why I haven't been watching none of the Premier League games.
Yeah. Then the Premier League games have, to me, right, has become preseason
friendlies.
Yeah, preseason friendlies. Ever since the Frankfurt game, right? All my Premier League games, I've been taking as preseason friendlies. When I do watch-alongs, it's just more like for fun and having chats and all that, and seeing how shit we are going to be, right? And the thing is that we've been playing all our second-string players. You can see now. And every time we put one of our first stringers in, look at that, they get injured. I don't know whether that's the curse or that's the narrative being built that Spurs are going to be the underdogs for this game. To tell the truth, we are the underdogs of this game, right? Because Manchester United are so good at winning trophies. You know, they will always get past that line, correct? You guys have that confidence because you won the Carabao Cup last season, 2 seasons ago, the FA Cup last season, right? And don't forget, guys, in those 2 seasons, right, you guys were the underdogs. Remember? Nobody expected you guys to win, but you made it there, right? And this season, right, a lot of people saying this season is the season for the underdogs, which made me a bit worried yesterday when Palace, okay, big up to all the Palace fans, right? Congratulations to you guys. Your first trophy in how many years? 90 years, right?
First ever.
Or first, 90 years. That's their whole existence in football.
Yeah.
Right? So big up to you guys. Imagine that elation you get. And the only thing I'm pissed off now, right? If we win the trophy, right? They're gonna have the parade 2 days after. What the fuck is wrong with Daniel Levy? He doesn't even give me time to prepare to come to London to celebrate with you guys. Shit.
You need to book your flight now.
The thing is, right, what's messed up with that?
TJ,
literally,
if I'm coming to the parade, if it happens, by the way, I'm gonna have to book.
By the way, I'm here as well. Yeah, sorry, carry on. Sorry.
There is a bank holiday the week after, so I don't know why you guys didn't plan to do on that bank holiday. Anyway,
no, you're right.
You know why? Daniel Levy is doing it, right? Because he's so afraid, right? If he doesn't do it on Friday when everybody's so high and up, right? On Sunday, there's a home game, right? There's going to be another change for Tottenham protest going on. But if he does it on Friday,
we want you to stay.
We plan for one.
We want you to stay.
Okay, imagine, right? If we lose this final, all hell is going to break loose on Sunday.
Tottenham's going to be carnage, mate. But yeah, Hardy, would you like to add into what they have talked about Tottenham and Ange?
Could I ask him a question before he goes on? Yeah, no, sorry. A more tailored question. Obviously, we're coming from the Tottenham's point of view. Are you guys confident that you can get over the line, or is it still a bit of a 50-50 banana split? Because for me, Tottenham and United have pretty much had the same exact season. We've been poor. Maybe we've had more losses, but We've been poor, like you guys have been poor. So, what's your takes? Because obviously, it's more tailored to United, and I want to find out more. To go for
Yeah,
it,
of
bro.
course I'll go first. So obviously with this final for both sides, a major trophy will be really, really huge in terms of elation and also win mentality. But if you look at it from a Premier League point of view, it's going to be more Premier League European final. What would you expect from intensity point of view? I think it's going to be a really, really end-to-end game. And I think from United's point of view, I think we will probably have majority of the ball because if you look at Amarin's system right now, we're more or less focused on possession, but sometimes quite transitional. And I think you guys, I think you will be countering us. If it is the other way, vice versa, I think it's going to be very, very, very reactive, but really rigid game whatsoever.
Yeah, for me, look, I don't know what to expect from this United side.
Yeah. Depends on the injury as well. If you look at
We don't-
Delay,
We don't.
Yeah,
We don't.
Alright,
we don't-
you're gonna expect Harry Maguire to be your top form striker for that game.
Listen, you know what? Yeah, Ruben Amorim, there's one message for you, right? Do not start Rasmus Højlund. Play Maguire striker. I'm all for Maguire playing striker.
Not playing long balls, man.
Play him
Come
up top.
on. Yeah.
No, I'm joking. But nah, honestly, Højlund should not start. I'll be concerned if Højlund does start because last season when we won
Is
the FA
Zerky
Cup-
fit then? Is
No,
Zerky?
Zerky's
That's
not.
right.
He's injured, right? He's
He's
out.
injured.
But Ahmad's back though. Ahmad's back, isn't he? Because he played the other day.
He's back. Yeah, he's back. So last season, the
I'm
way we
scared
won
of
the FA
that
Cup,
guy.
last year, the way we won the FA Cup, Bruno started as a false nine. So for me, right, we should start. Listen, if Bruno starts false nine, I'm up for it, but it cannot be Rasmus Højlund. He is arguably the worst striker I've seen at Manchester United. Now, listen, we've had Weghorst, Igalo, and all these players, but I'm telling you, Højlund, nah, mate, yeah. Ten Hag,
Yeah.
mate, you got criminals to pay
And talk-
for. Ten
And
Hag,
talk about
yeah.
talk about Weghorst, right? Weghorst scored the winning goal for Hamburg to get them promoted back into the Bundesliga.
Yeah. So listen,
Oh dear. Yeah, but okay,
Um,
I'm gonna ask you guys, right, Manchester United fans, right? While building up to this final, right, we've been playing our second strings most of the games, but you guys have been going out there strong, right, and still getting beaten, you know, by teams like West Ham and of course recently by Chelsea. That is, you know, one game that, you know, that there should be a tough fight. But do you think that kind of scenario, would it be better for you or for us that you guys have that kind of, you know, build up of momentum within your first team? And for us is that we are wrapping all our players up in cotton wool, and even if we wrap them up in cotton wool, we still get injuries, right? Look at Decky, right? And then now we hear Sarr is, you know, has some kind of a back problem, right? But you know, how do you feel about that, right?
Almost you want to go first.
well, you can go first. Yeah.
I think it can actually depend on one things potentially, or maybe two things overall. I think with United, I think we're actually building our sharpness, consistency. But if we get significant injuries in the opening 25 minutes, I think that's going to be a huge problem whatsoever. But I think with Amarin, the reason why he has actually gone fully strong for the past couple of games is to build on the development of the team, to make sure that chemistry is there. But comparison to the Premier League and also the Europa League, both leagues in terms of competitions, they're completely different in terms of intensity. That's my take on it.
For me, right, I think I'm not against the idea of Armin not resting a lot of players because I think he wants to get the match fitness going and etc. But obviously the results are not there. Maybe if we're the one on Chelsea, then a little boost for the final. But if you're going to go strong and not get the results, there's not. What's the point? But listen,
But do you think-
I'm all for it. Go on.
But do you think it's though partly because, for example, Andrew's been here for 2 years, so he already knows what team he's going to play in the final. But do you think Amarim was trying stuff out to try and decide who's
I
going to
think-
play midfield
I
or
do
up
think
front? or something?
I do think Amrin knows what 11 he's going to go with.
You think?
Yeah, I think he said it after the Chelsea game that he's already decided the 11. But yeah, but we will get into lineups soon. But I wanted to ask you guys, Spurs fans, because all the United fans, you know, love to about Amrin, but give me your honest views about Amrin. I'll start off with TJ first. TJ, Amrin, do you rate him? Should he have another season with United? What do you think, TJ?
Look, let me be honest with you. It's a bit hard to judge Amrin's situation because, firstly, he's coming halfway through a season and he hasn't had the correct tools to build within what he wants to do. He even mentioned in a few interviews saying, "I think it come out maybe last week or probably the week before. I'm just paraphrasing on what I heard from other YouTubers talking about this interview. Essentially, he said, "I wanted to accept a job at the start of a season, but United obviously said it's either take it now or there's not going to be an opportunity to not." So he's obviously forced his way in. Okay, look, for United, I would never expect you to be losing week in, week out. You're definitely a bigger club than Tottenham. The standards haven't been really good for the last, let's just say, going on 6, 7, 8 years, 9 years, maybe. And Amrin has inherited a very dysfunctional squad. That's another thing that you have to put into consideration. Look, it's different for Amrin and Ange because we've had Ange 2 years, and I use it as a good example. Basically, 2 years. We're expecting he has to win this Europa League or he has to be gone. And in fact, personally, my take on I know I've kind of like shifted it to Tottenham. If Ange doesn't win the trophy, Levy has to sack him personally. In your situation, you kind of like got a leeway because I know a lot of your fans want Amrin gone because it's been definitely a poor season. You can't use all of these excuses. But look, generally, it's a results-based game. We know this. So just be patient. Give him another season. If nothing changes, then you have a fair assessment. Right now, you're going off of one or two players that are Amrin's, right? Most of it is Ten Hag's. If I'm correct, again, you can correct me on who and who what.
TJ, not even Ten Hag. A lot of them belong to Wale.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, obviously, I think you've got quite a few Ole Gunnar Solskjaer players and also Mourinho players. It's still a bit of a mixture.
Exactly.
Mourinho players are still there, right? So
exactly. So for your fans to be wanting him out, it's understandable. You never want to have 17, 18 losses, especially for a team like United. Regardless of what I think as a Spurs fan, United are definitely a bigger club than Tottenham, right? The standards should be way higher than what you are right now. So that's not you can't forget that, right? However, you can kind of give him more time, and I would say one more year.
Yeah.
One more year. What could harm you? You went through that process with Ten Hag. In fact, in my opinion, you should have sacked Ten Hag way before. But they decided to keep him on. So in my opinion, it's your owner's fault. Your owners have been making bad decisions after bad decisions after bad decisions. You can see it.
And the thing is, this is why I was never happy with Ineos coming into the club because I did not believe in them at all, even one single bit. And then what they're doing right now. I mean, let me just bring this comment up. What JBT said. Hang on a minute, because this is embarrassing. I find this shocking. Armin paying for staff to travel to Bilbao should be enough. Listen, this is absolutely shocking. Look at what PSG are doing, right? PSG owner, right, giving all free tickets. Paid tickets for all the staff, all the medical department. But then Amram said, right. Actually, I saw this headline, right. Instead of having a good celebration, apparently Ratcliffe has said to the players, after the Europa League final, if we do win it, they're gonna have a little barbecue in the training ground. What the flip is this, mate? Yeah, well, you gonna tell your players to bring your own
Ores, Ores.
Yeah,
that is your club's standard, right? If you guys don't win the Champions League or the Premier League, right, you guys don't go big. Yes, the barbecue should be fine for you guys, right? So just keep it at that level.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Ratcliffe will be telling players to bring on buns and like.
Oh yeah. Bring. Ratcliffe would say, Maguire, please bring the corns, right? Because it looks like your head, right? And then Emrin will bring the steak, right? And then somebody has to bring the stove. You get what I'm saying? Don't forget to bring the stove, right?
Yeah, but I think, listen, Ratcliffe for me, I've always said he doesn't care about the club, right? They are toxic, poisonous. Right, the worst thing.
Or to tell the truth, right? You can't blame Ratcliffe for what's been happening now. all this has been accumulated by the Glaziers. You get what I'm saying? And Radcliffe has come in, right, to try to resolve this problem for you guys, and he's trying to be Daniel Levy, to be honest, right? Because he's taking the page out of our chairman's book, right, to turn your stadium. Imagine, right, if you're going to build a £2 billion stadium, 100,000 seater, right, how many years, right, it's going to take for you guys to recover? Think about that, right? How many years did Arsenal recover after they moved from, where were they? Highbury, was it?
Highbury,
Highbury
yeah.
to, right. And how many years and how many years are we looking like shit, right, after we move into that new stadium? Think about that. So all what I can see now, right, owners are being more financially pragmatic because they have to, right? But now it's the point where both sides, right, Manchester United and Spurs, right, it doesn't even matter whether we are 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 or 20th, right? It shows, right, that how strong the Premier League is. You get what I'm saying? Now? We've got 16 and 17 teams in the Premier League, right, in the final of the Europa League. You get what I'm saying?
And that, you know what? And can I just add on to your point? For both teams, winning the Europa League can either make us or break us. Because look, what I've been hearing on United's front, and correct me if I'm wrong or right, because I'm a Spurs fan. You guys are broke.
We are.
Getting yourself into the Champions League gives you a bit of money, right? The same with Tottenham.
£100, I believe.
thing is,
£100 will be worth if you actually do win the Europa League.
no,
But TJ, we know our owners, right? It doesn't even matter we win the Europa League. The money will go.
We're not going to spend it.
And we ain't
Yeah.
gonna fucking spend it. We've
Yeah,
seen
it's
that
true.
trend all the
Yeah,
time. So
it's true.
no.
we know it's Spurs. And the best part is, right? Okay, I'm gonna say this, right? I don't know if it's gonna hurt all the Spurs fans who are watching and the guys on the panel, right? Guys, even if we lose, right, it doesn't matter. Because we've always been losing. That's why I keep telling everyone, we have to be
It's the history of the Tottenham.
deluded. We have to be totally deluded.
But see,
Why?
if we lose, innit?
No, if we lose,
I'm
right?
gonna. You don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, Kaylee.
No.
Remember what he said?
No, if we lose, right, we've been there before, right?
Yeah,
We've been
but I don't want to experience it again.
No, but of course it's gonna hurt. But if we win, think about the if we win part, right?
If we win, you don't want to know me as well.
So, and there can't be a draw, right? This is a trophy. Someone has to win or lose.
What a game this is going to be. Let me be honest with you. Look, as much as we have been both poor, I'm so glad it's against United as well. Because
Yeah,
it's just,
I want United too.
it's now bubbling up to be a one of the kind games. Because on both fronts, we can both argue how important this competition is. But even for United, they're not even. Most fans are scared that they're going to lose. Even myself, I'm scared. Guys, you scared?
TJ,
Yeah.
you know why it's one of a kind game? Because we're all sitting here, right, expecting it to be how shit it's going to be. You know,
I actually think it'll
I
be
just hope
quite a cagey game. I actually think it'll be quite a cagey game, especially in the first
for both
half,
teams.
because
Yeah.
Something telling me is gonna go. It depends, you know. I don't know why.
Can't be
I think
right.
it's fine.
I got a funny
It's
feeling, right?
fine.
Something will sure have to break in this, right? It's either, I don't know, like you guys say, right? It's going to be a crappy draw, 0-0 all the way until the penalty shootout kind of shit, right? But then when it comes up to the penalty shootout,
If it's
right,
going
our
to penalties, you guys are winning.
I think we're going to win.
We're all up in our throats.
Yeah, no. Let me be honest with you. If it comes to penalties, I actually think this is this is
will
my
win.
prediction. If
Because
we will win 110%.
Onana
Personally,
was a condom, mate. Yeah.
personally, I believe more in Vicario as the goalkeeper. So I think that if I could predict something, if it goes to penalties, I'm confident that we will win. However, for 90 minutes on that pitch, I've seen my team perform awful. It's got to the point where I haven't watched a Tottenham game for the last Tottenham game was Frankfurt. No, Bodo first leg. No, Bodo second leg.
Yeah.
That's the last game I watched. I don't watch no Premier League. I don't subscribe to it anymore because All I'm seeing is my team losing. Nobody wants to watch the team when they're losing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So
and
for
also,
me,
I've got.
go,
Sorry.
yeah, go first.
go.
No, I've got a question for the two for Oras and
Yeah.
Hadid here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys watched the last few games up to this final when Emery put out his full team, right? How was your performances? Was it exciting? Was it, with a lot of fight, or was it something like, you guys got pinned back and humped, or was it a cagey game, a rough game, right? Because I don't think it was a rough game because none of you guys got injured, none of your players got injured, right? So I want to see what your view is, right? Because we know as Spurs fans, right, we put out most after that Frankfurt game, we've been playing most our second strings, right? VDV doesn't play, Romero doesn't play, right? Our back four, we see the we call practically a totally changed back four. Our midfield keeps jumbling up. Our attack isn't consistent. Sometimes it's Richie and Solanke, and then sometimes it's Odobear, sometimes it's Tell, right? How? Because you guys put up 2 or 3 games, a full set of good players, more or less your first teamers, right? Going out there. How was your performance? Do you think you showed something there?
Yeah, I'd say in the first leg against Athletic Bilbao, I think within the next early 20-25 minutes, we were pibbled against
Oh,
them.
no. I'm talking about the Premier League games, not
Premier League,
Europa League games. The Premier League games after the Lyon game, right? Because the Lyon game, you guys like came back from something again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah. In the Premier League games, right? It's like from us, the Frankfurt game onwards, like I was going, fuck, it doesn't matter anymore, right? To tell the truth, if he played, I would have rather him, what he did, played up the under 23s or under 21s or the under 18s out there. You get what I'm saying? And then do kind of secret trainings and all that and whatever. But for you guys, you put out a strong team. The few games that you guys played, any sort of performance up? I mean, you feel that?
Yeah, I don't think there's been any match where I said, "Oh, what a brilliant performance." But the thing is, right, why I'm kind of surprised. I think straight after the Lyon match, Armour said he's going to focus on the Europa League final. He's going to rotate some players. But then the next game, I'm still seeing Mazraoui starting, who's been playing every game, and he is an injury player that's close to get injured because he's been playing every match. And I'm still seeing the likes of Euro starting. So yeah, I don't know, because for me, I was expecting Almrim to rotate, but now this Chelsea match.
Isn't Euro injured?
I think he is.
Apparently.
He should be okay for this Wednesday, I think, but I think it's up to Almrim now. What I saw today apparently is all up to Almrim whether he wants to take him to the final.
Even to those,
you guys got a conundrum like us too, right? We got the Bergval secret going on, right? There's some weird thing going behind Bergval.
Yeah,
the season. That's the question.
but yeah,
Go ahead.
Go on, Adi.
I mean, with Bergwell, if you look at his situation, do you think he's out the season? That's the question.
No, you know what? Oh, go for it, Has. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, problem with these sort of things is that I remember when Kane, the same thing happened with Kane in the Champions League final where they kind of pushed him to be fit to play. And then we saw literally a dead Kane, if I'm being honest. He wasn't fit. Problem with trying to push Bergval or something like that, even Maddison, there was a rumor about Maddison, Kuseski's still up in the air. Pushing these players to play, I think it's a massive risk because they might play, but you're not going to get the same level out of them. I don't think.
A level performance. I agree with you, Has. Yeah. However, I disagree with the Bergval situation. I think Bergval is already is fit to play. He's just been cotton bud. So the reason we haven't seen him the last game and this game leading up to this game is because he's fit. He's just training by himself. In fact, you know what? I'm even willing to put money that Bergval starts. However,
you're theories and all that, right?
I'm
secretly.
You know what? Remember I said that, bro.
And then when he plays, everyone gets surprised, and Emery, loses his tactics and all that.
No. But remember I said that, innit? If you guys want to bet, put some bets on Bet365. Trust me.
Yeah, more so.
Trust me. I'm actually confident. In fact, I might even sway one on there right now because generally, obviously, if you're this is a big fan one. Our midfield situation is a massive problem. I was even flirting with a certain bit of the fan base that was saying maybe we push Pedro Porro in the midfield areas. And
I wouldn't
Guys, you
change
don't
to
have
a
Arteta in
3-4-3
there.
personally to match Amrim's formation. That's what I would do.
What, 3-4-3?
Yeah, and I'll put Danso in and I'll play like Son, Richarlison, Solanke or something like that. Son, Johnson, Solanke, some
What about Timo?
mixture of the
Is
three of those
Timo
four,
Werner
basically.
available? Timo Werner?
Three of those four, and then play Basuma.
I don't know what happened to my man.
Timo Werner is injured.
Sick.
No question asked. That's what Ange says.
Timo Werner's injured. Oh,
Who's
that's
injured?
unfortunate.
No, but Harry,
Timo
to tell you,
Werner, mate.
right? Yeah, Timo Werner is injured. Somebody asked him about Timo Werner that day. I heard, right? Don't ask about Timo. He's injured. So there's some kind of thing going. Maybe he's the mold.
Well, I was saying that's what I would do because I'd want to match United's formation personally, but he won't. Like he will try and fit everyone in. He'll try and fit everyone in because now we've got a problem midfield. I think he'll just put Son in the 10.
Yeah. Now I tell you what formation is going to come out. Right, it's going to come out the formation that we played against Aston Villa in the first half. Watch it. It's going to be a tight 4-4-2 kind of thing, right? He's going to turn it into Conte ball again. That's the only way he knows how to win in the Europa League, right? The problem he doesn't now. I think I've come to a conclusion why he doesn't do it in the league, right? Because if he plays this way in the league, the fans are going to jump on his back, right? And says that what's the difference between you, Conte, and Mourinho, Mourinho and Nuno, right? So that's why he's been playing all this gung-ho football in the league. But now, if we do win this if we do win this Europa League, right?
Yeah.
I wish this was a Champions League final.
Yeah. If we do win this Europa League, right, then it might give him a license, right, next season in the Premier League, right, to play this way, right?
Yeah.
So, but I to tell the truth, right, we don't know. Ange might go back to his 4-3-3 again, right? You know, he'll play VDV.
The question is, I'm willing to look. So my midfield three for the Europa League, I would even put Pedro Porro in the midfield.
Put Spencer
Put Spencer right back. He's been solid. Listen, Spence has been solid. Let's not get it twisted. The problem we have is the fact that Adoki has come back, and for me, he's done decent since he's come back. But let's not forget how Pedro Porro, Jed Spencer's playing. He deserves to play.
Guys,
he deserves to play.
That's right. With this midfield problem that we have now, right? I'll put Mikey Moore in the 10 position, right?
You think? Mikey Moore? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And let Bissouma and Benton Core, right, be the holding.
I think he was going to play Son there, I think he's going to play Son in that position.
But of course, he's going to play Son, right? He will always play his the seniors before the youth.
He'll put Son in there, I think. In the 10.
We'll get into the lineups now. In fact, Harry, but do you want to set your lineup? What you would go with in the final?
For me, I'll go with a 3-4-3.
Fraser Forster goal, surely.
But he won't do this. I can go with Ange's lineup. I think
he's not registered. Sorry, all right.
Huh?
Fraser Forster goal,
I think Ange will play 4. I think Ange will play a 4-3-3, and he'll play Son in the 10 behind Richarlison, Solanke, and Johnson. That's what I think he will do. What I would do is different. I'd play 3-4-3. I'd put Danso in the middle with Romero and what's his name, Van der Ven. And obviously Vicario in goal, and then play Porro and Udogie as wing backs, and play Basuma and Bentancur as 2 holding, just tell them to hold, and then let 3 of the 4 of Richarlison, Solanke, Johnson, or Son play, whatever combination you want to come up with. That's what I would do, and leave one off the bench as like a super sub. So maybe you could, if he goes for like someone with more in better form, maybe Son. He won't. I don't see him ever dropping Son, but. This is a conundrum he might have, but he won't play this formation, which makes me think he'll play Son in the 10. That's what I would do, and I'd leave one of them off the bench as like an option later in the game to go to like a 4-4-2 if things change. That's just my opinion. That's what I would do. I'd match Amarin's formation personally. That's what I would do, especially with the midfield problems we have already. I think it's better to go that way.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Hardy?
Well, Harry, I actually got a question for you. Do you think he will actually do that? Revert to maybe 5 at back, 3 at back?
He's only done it once. We're away to Frankfurt, and he brought on Danso 10 minutes ago, and he went like 5 at the back to see the game
He
out.
will
He's only
start
done
with 5 at the back. Yeah, to tell you, I would love him to start with 5 at the back, right? And to make it weird, we'll play somebody like, of course, the 3 centre backs, of course, will be the Romero, Danso, and of course VDV, right? The wings, like you said, either you have Spence on the left or Udogi on the left. Then you have Poro on the right as your wing backs or whatever. But in the midfield part, I don't know. You will still have your Bissouma and your Bentancur, and maybe you say put Son as that 10, okay. And the best part is that he has tried the combination of Richie and Solanke and Brenda, right? And they did create a goal.
Brenda. I can never get over that. Yeah, I can never get over that.
I'm going to stop calling him Brenda. Even he scored 16 or 17 or 25 goals, right? He's still Brenda to me. Right. No, but don't forget, Richarlison and Brenda has a combination before. Who did it play? Was it in the league that we lost? Oh yeah, it was the Liverpool game, wasn't it? Or was it one of the games that we scored 1 goal and then we lost? Got hammered again.
Yeah, we've lost a lot of games. I don't know which game you're talking about.
Yeah, that's right. We've lost 21 games. Too many games to remember how many.
Honest, I don't even know what game.
No, true. It's true. and guys, don't even laugh about it because we still might lose to Brighton in the last game. So and then the best part is win the Europa League and lose 22 games in a season. My gosh, that would be
So my lineup is look. So I've got a bit extreme with my lineup in it. So obviously Vicario on goal. Van der Ven, Romero, Udogi, Spence. That's my back 4. And then obviously to fix up this midfield, I'm pushing Poro. I don't see why he can't play in that position. To be honest with you, he's got a good he's got a good pass in him, and I feel like we're missing that creative spark. Sadly, I don't think Son has that creative ability like how Pedro Porro can actually swing a ball in. Personally, I think you'd be surprised. He's got the pace as well and the recovery. Because look, the reason why Ange uses people like Papa Sarr is for his legs, and I think Pedro Porro has that as well. Look, maybe he's not. We always say his weaker side is defending. He's good at going forward. So who knows, innit? So that's kind of like my Pedro Porro, Bissouma, and Bentancur. That's my midfield, and then the attack. Obviously, we're going to go with Solanke, and then right and left side. See, now this is the question that I was asking last week. Does Son start over Richarlison? Personally, like he's been so poor in recent weeks. Does Son start? Can we actually argue that he's going to be a better option from the left than Richarlison? And sadly, I have to say no. But that's not me saying he's not going to be an impact player. I would start Son on the bench. He's just come back from injury. I think he would be a really good super sub. I know Ange won't do it personally. I don't think he's going to do half of the things I'm trying to suggest. But for me, Richarlison's goal starts on the left, and obviously Brennan Johnson starts on the right, and that's my team really and truly.
Fair enough.
Look, but the question I have for all of you: do you think Ange has the balls to drop a big player like Son?
No.
Exactly. So that just shows the man. I don't know, man. See, and do you think he should start as well? That's another question.
I mean,
potential experience maybe, but if you look at Son's actual track record when he gets a bit bigger at moments of football, it should be on the bench whatsoever. Yeah, that's my perspective.
I mean,
I think
the
I'm
thing is,
50-50 about it personally. I'm 50-50 about it personally.
I don't know, because whoever plays on the right for us, I think the Son can do it. Because like Dalot, whether he makes it, he's 50-50 Dalot. But talking about Dalot, Hardy, would you like to say your United lineup for Wednesday in the final?
Well, obviously we know it will be a Nana and go. I think the back three will be really interesting. Yeah, I'd rather stop Binder, even though he's a
I'd
terrible.
rather start Tom Heaton, mate, because Bayinder's mate.
Yeah.
Bayinter, his
Oh, you
hairline.
guys start Bayinda. We're gonna smack you 4-0. Remember that?
Bayinter, mate. He can't,
First 60 minutes.
listen, Bayinder's Turkish and he doesn't even have a proper beard, mate. Like fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, go on, Ollie. Oh no, then
Yeah,
go.
I'd say with the back three, I think it'll be Masraoui right, Maguire in centre, and possibly Lindelof on left. Although you never know with Lit and Yoro. It's actually opposite Amarindo, unfortunately. But if they were both fit,
Magaluf in the final.
Yeah.
No.
2025, that's so terrible. But if they were fit, let's hope they are. I'd actually put Lit in centre and also Yoro on left, and also put Maguire and Lindelof on the bench. I think they're just so diabolical in big games, especially with what happens to Ollie. Look at when we got smashed by Liverpool 5-0, and also so much inconsistent results. We go to the wing backs. I think on the right, it'll be Delo. I think Delo, he's got a great engine fitness wise. He can recover really efficiently. On left, it'll be Dorgu. Midfield, I think it'll be Casemiro and possibly Agate. Up front, Rasmus will probably be on bench. I think
You think
with
so?
Bruno Fernandes, he'll be acting as false nine. With Ganache on left and Amman on right. That's how I
Wait, so
see it.
Bruno doesn't start?
No, he's actually starting as false nine.
Oh,
I
false
think-
nine.
false
You think
nine.
so? Okay. Yeah,
You
I
never
think,
know.
I think my lineup is a bit different to yours. Obviously, Onana starts. I mean, I have to say Onana. Fucking no. Back three, I would actually go with Aiden Heaven. He's actually done since he's played for us. He hasn't done one bad job for us. I think he's done decent, and he's way better than Lindelof. So I'll start Heaven. If the
He's
list
from the
fit,
youth, right?
pardon.
Evans from the youth, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's on Arsenal. Yeah, we grabbed him from the Arsenal academy. And then if the lit is fit, I'll play him with one leg, mate. Yeah, because I ain't trying to see Lindelof, mate. Lindelof is probably the worst centre back I've ever seen in my life. And if Euro's fit, he can go on the left centre back, left wing back, Dorgu. But the thing
Or
is,
else
right?
you would rather put a one leg delete. Sorry, you would rather put a one leg delete than Lindelof?
Yeah.
My God, is he that bad? All right.
Yeah, he's horrible. The thing is,
Very
right? I think Armin's confirmed that Luke Shaw's going to start in the finals. So I think I'm going to go with Luke.
He's still around.
Yeah, listen, Hardeep, we the amount of videos we've done about Luke Shaw, bloody hell. Listen, he's going to be here next season. He shouldn't be, but listen, I'm laughing. But I've done about 100 streams with Hardeep about Luke Shaw. Should not be here. But
Absolutely. Yes, by the way, do you know what the thing is with Lucian, right? Ever since the Euros, he's got a 0% same rate when it comes to winning finals as well. If you look at the Europa League on the Ollie, the European Championship final against Italy when we lost it in down the shootout. And obviously now, yeah,
I don't know. So if Luke Shaw does start, he'll probably go on the left centre back. Then okay, you know what? I'll put Luke Shaw as the left centre back, Dillit, then Heaven, because Euro is 50-50 because apparently
Not Maguire. Neither of you starting Maguire.
No, I'm not starting Maguire.
No. Maguire is going to be their striker when they're like 2-1 down or some shit like that, right?
Nah, honestly, guys, I'm not because Solanke. I don't think Maguire can handle Solanke.
no, you can't.
I'm being serious.
But
And then
do you
right
think you're in the game,
you
might use him as a striker?
You don't have to. No, or else you don't have to handle Solanke.
Possible, but
Solanke
you never
doesn't
know.
play as a striker. He plays as a midfielder.
Yeah, right wing back. I mean, Dalot could start, but I think Mazraoui will probably start as right wing back. And then my two midfielders, I'm gonna go with Casemiro and then Bruno. I think Ugarte. I think I'll bench Ugarte for me. I think Bruno needs to start next to Casemiro. And then the front three. I'll probably start Ahmad false nine. Garnacho on the left. On the right.
Will be
I've
nice
messed
man.
up there. I've messed up.
Ericsson.
Oh. No, what do you mean?
Right,
Ericsson?
Ahmad's
Right.
definitely going to start, isn't he? Ahmad's definitely going to
messed up.
start for United, isn't he?
I've messed up. So Ahmad, you know what? Actually, no. Mainu in the 10. So Mainu, Garnacho, Ahmad. Ahmad false 9, Mainu and Garnacho are the 10s. That's what I'll do. I don't know if Amram is going to do that, but Mainu has to
And
start.
Bruno in midfield. Do you say Bruno in midfield?
Bruno and Casemiro, yeah.
I got a question. I got a question for you two guys from Manchester, from MU. Last year's FA Cup final, what was that team? That's
So
my
basically,
question.
yeah, the team. Let me, Hardy. Do you want to see if you can get out? Because I'm on my phone. If I go out, then my phone, So,
Right.
Hardy,
Because I want to see how much is
Hold on,
the
let me
difference. Yeah. How much is the difference between the final team that you played last season and the players that are bringing over? Because Bruno and Casemiro is sure there, correct?
Yeah. Bruno started as the false nine last season in the final.
It is with Rashford on left and also Ganache on right. No.
Yeah, wait. Harry's getting
So
out.
Renato was there too.
Yeah, when McTominay
Wait.
is assist.
Hang on a minute.
midfielder
We need to double check that. Harry, do you have the
Yeah.
lineup?
I'm on your
Have
site.
it.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
and-
It says, well, no, stop giving me adverts on Man United. Onana, Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, Dalot,
Oh,
Amrabat, Mainu, Garnacho, McTominay, Rashford, and Fernandez was there as well. So,
Oh yeah.
Rashford must have been up front, right? Or not?
Yeah.
No,
Casemiro
it
didn't
was
start.
Bruno false nine.
false nine.
Bruno
Bruno
false
was-
nine and Rashford on the left, Garnacho on the right, I guess.
Yeah, and then
That's a totally quite a different team that
Yeah,
you
we
guys.
played
McTominay,
McTominay in the 10.
Mainu, Amrabat in midfield, and then Dalot.
Yeah, so it was
Martinez,
McTominay in the 10. Yeah, McTominay in the 10 and Mainu and Amrabat. Bloody hell, I could do an
You
Amrabat
won
right now.
2-0 and 2-1. So, yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, this game is gonna be mad, man. Like,
Guys, to tell the truth, right, guys, I have to. I'll give my prediction and I'll have to hop on. I double booked today. I have to be on another stream soon.
yeah, no worries.
They've been going for an hour. I'm supposed to be on Danny's stream. I forgot not say I forgot because I asked him first. Then after that, when I saw his message, right, I asked for the link. So once I ask for the link, I'll sure come on, right?
Yeah, no
And,
worries, man.
I haven't seen Oris in such a long time, So it's good to meet up with you again, Oris. My prediction is very simple. It's going to be a 4-2 Spurs win, right? And we're going to take the cup back to North London, have that parade instead of you guys just having a barbecue with how many people? I don't know. Because most probably the guys who go will have to buy a ticket to enter.
Yeah, no, Eugene, it's always good to see you, Eugene, man. Big up for you for joining.
And guys, don't forget, right? Subscribe to Spurs Vision TV, right? The only Malaysian Spurs YouTube channel.
Subscribe to his channel, yes. If you want to see Levy and subscribe to his channel, guys.
No. He doesn't leave you out watch long.
He knows that. That's why he's saying.
I streamed the first protest. Both protests I streamed on your channel. Remember? Yeah. I streamed both protests on this channel.
Big up, man. Big up, Eugene, for keeping it.
All right, guys. Take care. Don't forget, subscribe to Orange channel. Right, I'm not sure how did you got a channel or not.
He's got it.
And don't forget, right? Subscribe to Hasper TV 2 and of course Into Spurs and AI Into Spurs or Into Spurs AI. Right, guys. I'll catch you later, Oris. And let's see. We have to do a review of the final after that, right? Don't forget, guys. That'll be fun.
If you and I lose, I'll probably go to Spain. Like I'll go like Ibiza or somewhere. I don't know.
Ibiza. Going Ibiza or something.
Magaluf, mate. I'll go to Magaluf. Anyways,
take care. I'll catch you later.
Take care.
Take care.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah. I don't see Spurs getting 4 goals in the final. Like, if Spurs do score 4 goals, Amorim needs to walk. Like that'll be embarrassing. But yeah, let's get into our predictions. Oh my god, I don't even know. Honestly, all I'm saying is getting into extra time.
Yeah, I think so too, 100%. I think it's going extra time. I think it's going to be 1-1 in normal time. I think United will score first, and then I think we'll score in like the 60th or 70th minute to the equaliser. But then it will be really tense for 20 minutes because neither team will want to lose. So I think it'll be like different periods of the game. Like the first period, with 20 minutes of like craziness. I think it'll be quite open the first 20 minutes. And then United will score off a set piece or something, or I don't know, something like that. Bruno probably. And then it'll go to half time after 10 minutes. Then we'll have 20 minutes of Spurs coming out trying to score. Then we'll get a goal eventually. And then it will go back to the way it was. And then it'll be extra time. And then I think United will probably score when they're in extra time. Harry Maguire. I'm so scared of Harry Maguire. You have no idea, man. I'm so scared. So I'll
the
tell you why,
final
because
score?
you know when you beat Leon, yeah, I put that game on just out chance because the Spurs game finished, and I was like, you know what, let's just watch this because I was bored with one of my friends, and then you 2-0 down. I thought, yeah, United definitely out, and then like within 6 minutes you scored 3 goals. I was like,
Yeah, it's
mate,
never over until it's
the last
over.
goal honestly scared the hell out of me. I was like, they're definitely getting to the final. After that, I was like,
Yeah,
he beat Bilbao as well. Bilbao were the favourites, right? He beat Bilbao. They're going to host the final. You quite comfortably
yeah.
you beat
The
them
thing
as
is,
well.
when we played Bilbao, I was nervous, man. I was nervous. Yeah,
Oh,
but
20,
yeah, we beat
25
them.
minutes
We
in.
beat them. We beat them 7-1 in aggregate. That's crazy, man. But
That's what I mean. Like, and that's like, yeah.
This-
Like, and also your road to the finals been harder than ours. If I'm being
of
like,
course,
if I'm being
yeah.
like
Yeah,
Bodo, we should beat Frankfurt. They're not the same
Bloody
Frankfurt they
hell,
were when they
I
won the
wanted
Europa
Boswell
League.
Glen to the final, man, not Tottenham.
Oh,
But
You would beat them. Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, you've faced Sociedad, you faced Leon, you had Bilbao. Like, that's a lot harder than ours. Basically, that's what I'm trying. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they're the same as they were years ago. Like, Leon aren't the same team, Bilbao aren't the same team when they had Lorente back in the day. But they're still better quality than that Bodo and Frankfurt and the teams we played. Like, I think you had a harder run. So yeah, that's why I think you're probably going to win it.
that Leon game does not mean anything if we don't win this final. Like, Maguire's gone last minute. That's all good. But if we don't bring that trophy to Old Trafford, thing is, right?
Also, you have heritage. That's the difference between Tottenham and United. Like, maybe I'm saying this because of the last Tottenham United final I went to, we lost. When we beat us on penalties in 2009 in Carling Cup. I was at that game when Bentley missed his penalty, and like it was 0-0. I don't know if you guys remember, it was 0-0 for the whole game, and then it went to
Hardy,
penalties.
do you remember that?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. I was actually
It was a really tense final, actually. Cause I remember it really quite well. And you beat us, just the fact that basically you were Man United, I thought, in the end, because I was like, we bottled it with the penalty with Bentley, and that was it. The game was over. So that's why I'm less inclined to push Spurs to win it, because the last final I went to, United beat us. So it's maybe, I can only rebase it on what I experienced before. So yeah.
The fact that, sorry, go on, Hardy. I know you were going to say something, man.
Oh, by the way, the other thing is with Casemiro, he's actually won 7 out of 7 European finals, so you can't really rule out the mentality.
Hardy, don't, please, because if you now ruin this, that does not mean anything. I was going to say, well, I was going to say similar stat to you, Hardy. We'll talk about City later, but City trophyless in 2017. United won the Europa League with a Portuguese manager. City trophyless this season. Could the history? No, I'm joking. Listen. I'm not going to say anything, but listen. The fact that after this Europa League game, we both our clubs have a final home game of the season. If one of us to lose, that atmosphere on that last game, I think with United, if United lose, the protest is going to be shit anyways, but the atmosphere, I'm expecting a lot of boos. Like, there'll be a few majority fans that will be clapping the players, which I find that embarrassing, but I'm expecting a lot of boos on Sunday if we don't win this Wednesday. But with Tottenham, there'll be more than that. There'll be boos and there'll be absolute carnage, man.
If we don't win that final, I think like Sunday, I'm going on. It's the last time going this season. I'm going. So we have 3 tickets. We gave up 1 ticket next season. It's just doing 2 tickets now. We had 4 originally, by the way. This is how bad it's got. Like, my dad was like, "We're not going to renew 3. We just renew 2." It's going to be so toxic that Sunday game if we don't win the final. Especially because Ange has spoken so much trash talk all season.
This quote, he always wins in the second season. That's what's pissing me off.
It's gonna. If he doesn't win the final, it's gonna bite him back so hard. That's the problem. Like, if he doesn't, anyway, yeah. Like, I'm not looking forward to that final day of the season if we don't win the final. I'm really not. Yeah.
By the way, Harry, I think maybe around about 3-4 seasons ago, you actually sacked Mourinho before final, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was a really, really big mistake.
Yeah,
You do that to Ange as well. That was so incompetent from your board.
But they won't sack. Obviously, they won't sack him now. It's impossible. But this is why I wanted to sack him like earlier in his tenure, because now we're in this situation, we can't really sack him. And I think the reason he's not sacking him is because he sacked Mourinho before, and he knows that a lot of the fan base, even though me, Eugen, TJ, and maybe some of the Spurs fans you speak to are Ange out, if you go to the stadium and if you speak to just general people on X or just even people just on the street, you meet Spurs fans, a lot of them like Ange because he plays attacking football in the quotation marks. So they're actually still with him. And because obviously he's taken us to a final now, it's hard for people to be like against him anyway. But I've seen, before we got to the final, I saw more people swing towards Ange out. And then now we're in the final, everyone's like, doesn't know what to think. But I still think majority are still Ange in because a lot of them, Eugen's not here, but I'll talk on behalf of him. He talks about manager PTSD. So Spurs fans, for some reason, don't want to sack the manager because they don't want to go through this whole, I don't know what it is. I don't really feel it. Going to another manager, getting invested in another manager. And like with Ange, I wasn't even invested anyway. So like to me, him leaving is not like a big deal. The only ones I've really ever invested in were like Jose, because I've always liked Jose. Conte, I always like Conte. Poch and Redknapp and Martin Yol to some extent. But like those are 5 managers out of how many we've had.
Not
Nuno. Not Nuno, no. Even AVB, I didn't.
Would you like
I
to see a
didn't. I had
Poch
like
return?
even AVB. I was kind of like neutral with it. Like I didn't hate him, but I
Yeah.
didn't like him that much either. It was kind of like,
Yeah.
you know.
Would you like to see a Pochettino return? Because I'm pretty sure you said that one day he would like to return back to Tottenham. Right?
Well, you know, he's the favorite. Him and Glasner, I think, the favorites. I don't.
Well,
if I was
speaking about
Glasner, I
Glasner.
wouldn't. If I was Glasner, I wouldn't come to Tottenham personally. I would stay at Palace because he's gotten to Europe. But
Yeah.
you know what it is. If we make Champions League, I think it changes the whole game in terms of what kind of manager we might get. But even though I still, from like getting a manager who's like someone like Thomas Frank, who's more, you know, Premier League
Ten Hag.
experience, and obviously I'll take Glasner as well.
Ten
But
Hag.
You guys Leverkusen.
Ten Hag's going to Leverkusen. Yeah.
no, but like, but I still think the majority are actually Ange in. That's just my opinion. And like
I
the
think
majority still leave in because there's only
determines
2,000
this
of us.
I think it determines this Wednesday. If you lose, there'll be a lot of Ange out.
Oh yeah, if we lose, if there's still some people Ange in, I will literally be shocked.
Yeah. But anyways, last topic, then we'll wrap it up. Eze's on fire. You're the best. Listen, Palace. That's emotional, you know. Like they deserve, man. Honestly, like
I wanted them to win the final. I actually did because, like with Newcastle in the final, I wanted Newcastle to win it, even though it kind of shows up how bad Spurs have been. Like because there's this whole argument in the Spurs fan base, which is part of the reason I wanted it to happen, is that we can't win any of these trophies because all like City, Liverpool, the top 3 or 4 dominate the trophies. But because Palace have gone on 1-1, Newcastle have gone on 1-1, even though I think they'll probably finish top 5 anyway. And Forest obviously having the season they're having, it kind of proves that you can win these trophies. And obviously not every year, but you can actually win these trophies. You don't have to be super rich, you know, like City to always win these trophies. Because Eddie Howe's got the best out of what he's had. Okay, he's got a brilliant midfield, but like he's not all crazy expensive players, like 50, 60 million pound players. And he's made them into better players. And obviously same with Glasner, considering, you know, it's Palace, for them to win the FA Cup is massive. But I had a feeling they would do it. I don't know why I had a feeling they would do it. After they beat Villa, I was like, this is probably going to be their year. And I'm proud of both of those teams. I'm really happy with both of them. Like, yeah.
I thought we were told that you can't win with a 3-ball-3 system. Like Inter, look at Inter in the final. Palace have done it. You know, United apparently. I'm going to change this formation. Yeah. But listen, Glasner, you know what? Yeah, he deserves credit because Olise, you know, they got rid of him, but arguably their best player. Eze, you know, you could look likely might leave the summer, might go. I don't know why he wants to go to Tottenham. What the fuck's happening there?
Walton as well.
Listen, Eze is brilliant. Wolves. Like for me, I tweeted it. Adam Walton. He's a young Michael Carrick, man. Honestly, like he's brilliant.
Carrick was so underrated in general, though. I think.
He was so underrated. He played for both our teams, so yeah.
Mate, at Tottenham, when he was at Spurs, he was our best player by like a mile. Yeah.
Yeah. But who else? No, like Mateta. Yeah, I'm happy for
Yeah,
Mateta.
well-
Glasner turned Mateta into a top striker.
Dean
honestly.
Henderson,
He
by the
actually
way,
turned him into a top striker, yeah.
I need to say this, United fans here. Dean Henderson, this praise of Dean Henderson, right? The reason why
I think he was a good keeper. I just wanted him at Tottenham when he
the
was
reason why he left
United.
United, right? He said before Ten Hag came in, he wanted to leave United anyway. So that's why United fans were angry at him. That's fine. Dean Henderson, mate, you can listen. Once red, always red. But listen, thank you for rattling Pep. I don't know if you guys said that at the end. But listen, City trophyless since I think it's 2017. I think football won yesterday. Like this is what you like to see. It's like Palace winning it. What was it, first time ever? Or is it first time since the 90s, whatever? But no, listen, fair play, Crystal Palace. They're gonna be playing Europa League next season. Wow. So yeah.
But the FA Cup is
Oh, man,
is a
actually,
bigger
good
trophy
players.
winning than the Carling Cup. Like obviously,
Yeah.
Palace,
Carabao Cup.
Newcastle.
I think your Carabao Cup you get conference, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
so
with
that's
Newcastle,
just-
what's impressed me more is the fact that they won the trophy, and instead of like kind of just thinking that's it, they've used the momentum of the trophy. Like Josie used to talk about winning the Carabao Cup to try and win the title back in the day at Chelsea. Eddie Howe's kind of used it. Newcastle have used it to go on a run. Like they've only lost 2 games, I think, since the final. They've won every single game apart from that. Lost to Villa and Arsenal today. That's about it, though. They've won every single game, and they're probably going to finish in a Champions League spot. So, like, they've used it, and they've gone on from it. With Palace, it's it's the best ever season. So, I'm happy these teams win because
I'm happy, man. Listen, I'm happy for Rich from Eagle Eye Football. I'm happy for you, man. Like I know he was in tears yesterday, so big up to them. And yeah, hopefully, they continue. And Glasner, what a manager. They stuck by him. That's what I like about the chairman. Like he came out and said that, we stuck by him because he's the best manager in the world. So like Glasner, yeah, man. Credit to you, Glasner. You matched Arteta's pedigree already, so well done, mate. Well
That's
done,
something
mate.
in 5 seasons.
What phase is Glasner in, guys? What phase is he in? Phase one. But listen,
he's been in for a year and a half, right? Isn't he? Is it a year and a half? I think.
Yeah.
Actually, is it Ramat? When's period Ramat 2024-ish? That's when he came in. Yeah, it's been over a year now. Actually, yeah.
Bloody
But
hell,
Palace did a great job in getting him. Like I never thought in a million years a team like Palace would get someone like Glasner. Glasner's a top manager, honestly. Like in this day and age, he's top.
Yeah. He's good. He's very good. But I just keep thinking my mind's on Wednesday, man. Oh, if we lose this, oh my god. Oh my days, if we lose this. Like, come on, Casemiro, mate. Come on. This is where you turn up, mate. This is normal for you, Casemiro, mate. European final. Come on, man. Yeah. I need Casemiro to do the team talk in the dressing room, arm room, mate. Yeah. Obrigado, tax. Yeah, come on. I need to be screaming at these players. But honestly, what makes me laugh is that some United fans believe that it takes about 2 to 3 players to sign. So we need, and then people laugh at me, but we need 8 to 9 players to fit in the system. But I know it's not going to happen in one window. But if we want the system to work, 8 to 9 players must be brought in. Cunha's not enough. Go and get Victor Gyökeres straight after the Wednesday match. 55 million British pounds.
If we win though,
I think
if we win though,
I think he's going to Arsenal, isn't he?
Oh yeah, I think honestly something tells me he's going to Arsenal, man. I think their new sporting.
No, apparently he already chose Arsenal. That's what someone told me anyway. But I don't know how true it is. It's just.
I think their new sporting director has been working on the agreement. I think.
Yeah. Monkey. He's also spoke to Nico Williams at Bilbao. The Spanish winger. Sorry, who was really good in the Euros. They already spoken with him. I heard, and obviously Gyökeres and who was the other player?
Rodrigo as well. Rodrigo was
sorry.
Rodrigo.
Actually,
Yeah, was that the other one? Yeah. So he's already spoken to 3 players, and the window's not even open yet. So.
Also Zubimendi too. They've actually signed Zubimendi. If you look at them,
they've signed him. I mean, they've already signed him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they're already doing their work from now because, I mean, Arteta, for me, if he doesn't win anything next season, he's got to go.
Oh well, he should have been gone this season, but yeah. I mean, listen. Actually, no. What guys? What we're saying? He should be staying, guys. What we're doing here, man?
I know, but I'm just saying. Right? I'll be surprised
if Arsenal meltdown continue every season. But no, yeah. For me, I'm not
If he
looking
gets
forward to
those
this.
3-4 players and he doesn't win anything, then
I
he should be
I
sacked.
don't. Yeah, 100%. I agree. But yeah, I don't have no confidence this transfer window. I don't think Ineos will back Almiron, even though they should. But I don't think they'll get the players for him. Like Gyökeres, that's Almiron's player, man. I'm sorry, but he'll probably go to Arsenal. But that's a huge miss out.
I think you guys need, like, obviously getting Cunha, but I think you definitely need a striker. You definitely need a central
Delap is not the
midfielder.
answer. I'm sorry, but
And you
Delap
definitely need. For me, you still need a goalkeeper. I don't trust Onana. That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think we've got
So you
to
need
buy
like a
back
spine. I think you need a
Matej
spine
Kova.
first, and then, yeah,
I
and
think
then
we've got
build
to
from
buy
there.
back
Really.
goals on Kova, but I don't think we'll get him, man. But I like the kid, man. I like Kova.
Also,
Who?
Torino
Matej
goalkeeper.
Kova. He plays for Leverkusen. Goalkeeper.
Yeah, do you know
Oh.
the Torino goalkeeper? Is it Milinkovic? Yeah, Milinkovic.
Yeah, Savage. Yeah, Savage one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, mate. Not for me.
Maybe the Forest one, or is that the other one?
No, the other one, the other goalkeeper.
He plays in
Obviously,
Syria, I
yeah,
think. I think he plays Sampdoria, is it? I don't know.
No,
Torino?
I think there's brothers.
Torino,
Three
sorry,
brothers.
Torino.
Yeah.
Yeah, Torino, yeah.
There's 3 brothers. It must be one of the brothers.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we need a goalkeeper, we need a fullback, we need a centre back, we need a midfield. We need
Problem
everything.
is, I don't think you get like 8-9 players in one window. I think you're better off buying 4 or 5 and then try and build from there. That's why I said you're better off buying a striker, a central midfielder, a centre half, and a goalkeeper, and just playing from there. Because you could survive with another few years with the wing options you got. I think you'll be all right. Because you can play Bruno in the inverted forward position anyway. I think he's better there personally, but and then goalkeeper, you need a goalkeeper. Centre back, you need a centre back because you're gonna let someone go anyway. Like that's what I would do. I'd go build the spine first, and then maybe in January pick up another player, and then maybe just build from there. But
yeah. I don't see where this rumor came from about Emi Martinez joining United. He's not joining United. That's absolutely complete. That's complete lies.
I think it cost you like 80-90 million.
He will want 350 a week, so he's not going to get that United. No, so I think he's a bit overrated as well. So Manny, sorry to hurt your tears, mate. Martinez, nah, mate, nah, not for United.
I think it cost you like 90 to 100 million, like maybe. I don't know. It cost big money, I think.
Is he not a free agent this summer?
No, he's actually available to transfer. He's got probably another year so left on his contract.
Oh, okay.
He might go to Saudi because Saudi are linked with intense.
Probably Saudi. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, fair play, Crystal Palace. But yeah, I think we're gonna leave it here now. We've basically discussed everything. Wednesday. Ruben Amorim. What have you got for me, son? Players, just turn up, guys. This Leon comeback does not mean anything if you don't win this final, guys. Yeah.
On the feet, man.
Yeah. All the chants that we've been singing, like built, because United are going to Bilbao and all that. Yeah. We need to win this. Yeah. Amorim, you paid for your staff to come.
Come on, you Spurs.
Listen, United better win this trophy. Bring it to Old Trafford. Yeah. Or unless if you're going to see a bad reception. Well, I expect it to be a bad reception on Sunday against Villa if we don't win it. And then a lot of boos for Amorim, I think. So, yeah, please bring it home. Hardy, any final words for Wednesday's game against Hotspur?
Well,
Hotspur.
Yeah. Remember that viral video on YouTube and social media. So, obviously, with Night Fez, you need to have a mentality to win or the mentality to lose. You've got the capabilities of actually overcoming this to Tottenham, as Giorgio Chiellini says. If you could do that, you can deliver a trophy, which will potentially be our second Europa League in 8 years. Go and actually be consistent, Amorim.
I think Amorim needs to get the light bulb out, and hopefully it works. Do an Arteta, get the light bulb out. I want to see a team connected to the light.
Don't get me wrong. I think Arteta is kind of like a Poch type level manager, but the good thing about him is that I don't know if you saw the documentary. Before I played Liverpool, he was playing like "You Never Walk Alone," like trying to make them feel like it was the atmosphere. Like, no. But I agree with this sort of thing because it makes the players feel like they're playing in the actual atmosphere. I think Spurs should be doing more stuff like that personally, but
What play Country Road? Take me home, United. Oh, Wednesday.
all-time roll, is that one you're talking about?
My final words is the midfield battle. Customer and whoever against I think it's Basuma and
Basuma and Bentancur will be Basuma and Bentancur.
Oh my god, yeah, that's gonna be.
That's why
Casemiro
if it was me, if I was Amorim, I'd put Bruno. I'll play Bruno, Ahmad, and Garnacho as my three up front and play Casemiro with someone else.
Garnacho, you have to be clinical, my friend. Garnacho, please. When you're on the 1v1, please.
And not play a striker, and then I'd play Casemiro with someone else in midfield. That's what I would do. Play more solid midfield, and then let Bruno play in the pockets, and Garnacho play in the pockets behind, or Ahmad, and play in the pockets.
And this trophy.
So don't play with a striker, just let them play in the pockets. That's what I would do.
This trophy is key for us for our transfer window as well. You're gone.
For either side, actually, I mean, if one of us were actually to be in without Europe summer, our finances will be so depleted.
You do realise that this game will decide our future of our club. Like, if we don't win this game, we're in massive trouble. If you guys don't win this game, I think it's a bit less trouble, but you're still in trouble. Yeah.
No, we're in trouble. The thing is, if we do lose this game, I think the owners will lose a lot of financially, like sponsorship deals. That could potentially force the Glazers and Ineos to sell the club because they're not going to make any money from this if we lose. Sponsorship, Adidas is going to pull out from us and all the other partnership agreements. So, I'm not going to lie. I know this is a bit boring, but I do reckon, if Spurs win in the next 2 to 3 months, I wouldn't be surprised if there's talks about sale of the club of United because. Where's the money? Where are they going to get the money from? Obviously, revenue, yes. They'll get about, 350 million, whatever, from the season, but that's not enough. But anyways, let's wrap this up because I don't want to talk about Ratcliffe. It makes me want to punch him, but listen. There's violence with me and Ratcliffe. Hardik knows. But listen.
Vine's about Ratcliffe?
Violence, yeah. Me and Ratcliffe, yeah. If I was to see him outside, mate, yeah, Ratcliffe, mate. If I was to see you outside, mate, yeah, I'll be telling you just F off, mate. Remember that?
Really?
Do you remember that video that United fan saying, "Do you want a signature?" and then the United fan calls him out. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, Ratcliffe, and it's a surprise to see Aaron Glazer and that woman's final tonight, man. You absolute rat, mate. Aaron Glazer. You know that tiny hair's got the back. Just want to rinse that hair out. But anyways, listen. Hardik, apart from Tinder and Hinge, where can people find you?
Well, you can't find me from there, guys, but you can find me on Instagram at _Hard Talks Football or Howard Dadwise Talks Football. That's where you can find me. And also, I'm actually on Aura Talks Football occasionally. And you know where to find me, guys. Be consistent. And remember, share the channel if you're new. Take it, guys.
Big up to you, Hardik. And Harry, big up to you for joining.
You can find me on Hasbro TV or at Hasbro Nice too. I do Spurs content, which this year's been basically me saying the same thing every week, pretty much on a match review video. Which is kind of why I've kind of so it's got a lot of people's channels now. I'm kind of took a step back because I just feel like I'm just going on there and just say the same thing after every match day. So that's what it was like even like a few months ago. But you will find me sometimes on Eugene's channel or me and TJ and Eugene normally stream together, especially on a Friday. This last Friday there was no stream. This Friday, if we win Europa, there won't be no stream.
And if you don't,
if we don't, there will be a stream. It's not. No, it's not. It's because the parade is at like till 5 o'clock or something, 3 till 5. So there's no way I'm going to get back in time.
There'll be people at school, so Tottenham kids.
So I might, if there's a parade though, I might like do a live thing. So maybe I'll do it like that way. Maybe I'll try and do something like that.
I can't know. Spurs are winning. I might have to move out.
But yeah, I might do something like that. But there might be some sort of stream, but might not be the stream. But if we do lose, there would definitely be a stream because there'll be no parade. So there'll be a match review, of course, on the Wednesday because obviously I have to review the game after Tuesday. Sorry, on the Thursday. Sorry, after. So yeah, and come on, you Spurs. Hopefully, you can win a trophy the first time since 2008.
Listen, before I shut myself out, I'm remembering the team. Yeah, we've had a shit season. Yeah, 16th in the league. 80 losses. I think we've conceded about 54 goals. And yeah, I mean, lads, United players, starting from Onana to the rest. Yeah, this game, just fucking win. Yeah, it's only
I was going to
Tottenham.
say something else when you said lads.
As
Anyway, I'm
Fergie
gonna say-
said, it's only Tottenham. Yeah. Nah, but no, honestly, please, United.
Yeah.
I'll be watching this game at work, please. Yeah, I've got
You're going to watch it at work? How? Mate,
yeah,
how can you do
it's
it?
at 8. Yeah, on Wednesday. They've got a big screen inside, so listen. Honestly, I've
I
got a
don't know how
little...
you're going to be able to concentrate on your work whilst you're watching the game, but anyway.
No, because I finished before the game starts, so...
Oh, right, okay. Because the way you said that, I thought you were going to be like walking around looking at the TV.
No. So I finished at 7 and the game starts at 8, so I'll probably stay inside.
Oh, that's
and watch
right.
it.
Yeah, you're good then. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a Liverpool friend joining in with me, so United, you better not let me down.
No, we can't end the stream.
Yeah, I think I can end it actually. Where is he?
Oh, can you do it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else, or because he's been kicked, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he has been kicked. So in fact, it's back now. Actually, his device not connected.
Yeah.
What?
Because he said it might happen. That's why.
Yeah. You know what? Just get ready.
Oh.
It's back.
Look what Ratcliffe did to me, guys. Kicked me out. Ratcliffe kicked me out, guys. I'm back. Right. We still live?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
actually.
Yeah, sorry.
We want
Yeah,
to
I
end
don't
it.
know.
What you were
I
saying,
think
what
someone
you were
tried to
saying,
call
yeah.
me, but listen. Yeah. United fucking win this match, yeah? It's only Tottenham. Yeah, now we can play the outro. Now, how do you play the outro?
Yeah. I'm from the middle finger, I'm from the east side.